Courtney, and I know it's been a long time since I made a video. I just finished reading a couple of books, so I wanted to do a review of them. The book I want to do is Concealed in Death by Nora Roberts. It is like the 100th book in the series. I don't know. It starts up here. I'm down here. So, down there. So, I don't know if you are into the In Death series or not, but I am. I have the entire collection over here on my bookshelf. So, yeah. Before we get started, though, you notice there's not a bed behind me anymore. I kind of moved my room around a little bit. So, yeah. See? Bed on floor. Alright, so let's get started. I want to make a comment about this, and before I bought this on Amazon, I noticed people were saying it too, and I feel like maybe it was written by a ghostwriter, that she didn't, like, write all of it. Is that what I'm looking for? But that somebody else did, kind of, like, she told them the story and then they wrote it, kind of like her. So, I wasn't too happy about that, but the story itself is really good. It's different than anything we've really seen in the series. It's like, I don't know, it follows a really good storyline, although the ending I wasn't too fond of either. Like, how it played out in the end. I feel like it was kind of half-assed, if you know what I mean. I don't know, the characters seemed all together, and everything seemed okay, but, like, it just wasn't Nora Roberts. Like, if you take, like, Survivor in Death, which is like, right there. It's way up here. It's like 20 books ago, and so I feel like back then, it was, like, it had something that it's missing now, and I can't really put my finger on it. It's kind of just, I don't know. But as far as the series goes, it was a good, like, interlude into their next Christmas and stuff. If you haven't read the series, it starts with Naked in Death, and it's set in the future. And it's been called the Law & Order SVU of the future because it's kind of the same concept, sort of. It's not written by the same people, though. But it's set in the future, and the main character is a cop. And I don't want to give too much away, because then people won't want to read it, but the main character is very well developed the first time you meet her in Naked in Death, and you become very attached to her, because I'm very attached to her. Nothing really major happened to her in this one, though, which is another thing that kind of annoyed me, was because she's usually getting blown up and thrown off buildings and crap, so I was kind of put off by that, but I think anyway, if you want a good series to read, I call this my smut series, because it's just, there wasn't that much in this one, but in the beginning there's a lot of smut, and so it's just so good. It, like, tugs at your heartstrings. I've cried and I've laughed, and I've had so many good experiences with this series, and I love buying the paperbacks because I can take them anywhere. If my desk wasn't so messy, I'd show you all the books I own. But, so, yeah, I think that it's a good choice if you're one of the avid readers of the series and don't want to lose the characters, because they become part of, like, your family, if you know what I mean. Like, because there's so many books and so many adventures that they just become part of you. And not a lot of people understand that, but that's how I feel about it. I feel like they become, no matter the story, if it's good or bad, I'll keep reading until it's over. But, like I said, it's set in the future in New York. And it's so cool because Naked in Death, the first book, was written in 1994, I think. 95? 94. One of those. And so back then in the early 90s, we didn't have like FaceTime and, you know, cars that are electric and drive themselves. But for some reason, she was able to put those images in people's heads. And so now, like, we have FaceTime, and throughout the entire series, they've been using FaceTime as a way to communicate, but without the limitations like we have. They must have unlimited data on their phones. But, it's just so cool to see, like, the evolution of the characters, and, like I said, this is, like, the 58th book, and she's found a way to keep the characters alive and in your heart. So, I think you should, if you're an avid reader of the series, I think you should pick it up. I think, though, that you might be a little disappointed if you're looking for normal Nora Roberts. But yes, this is my review of Concealed in Death, and I hope you have a wonderful day.